Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome to American Truck Simulator. So if you've been following this channel for a while and you've been a channel member, obviously you've seen in the past that I've done some American Truck Simulator videos. Well, I've never done it for the main channel part itself, so I decided instead of some Supermarket Simulator today to try out some American Truck Simulator for you guys. I've played this game a lot, but I haven't played it that much over the last year or so I might be a little bit rusty. I did play it yesterday just to kind of get used to it again, but before then I hadn't played it in like a year, so excited to get back into this again. I know a lot of people in the Discord always play this game, so it is definitely a fun one to play, and I hope that you guys enjoy this. If you guys don't really enjoy it, then we don't really have to do more of it, but I think it might not be a bad idea to kind of alternate between this and Supermarket Simulator from week to week. That way there's a little bit more changes in Supermarket Simulator and stuff like that. So anyways, we are going to go continue career on our thing, and I guess we're just going to do probably a little trip in this episode. Not too sure what state we're going to drive in or anything, but we'll just do a little episode so you guys can kind of see what this game is like, just in case you guys obviously never played this before. It's basically a full-on, like, almost driving simulator, but I do play with a controller because I don't have a wheel and because I also don't drive in real life, so anyways, we are going to go to the external contracts. I think that's usually what I typically tend to do. And where do we want to go in this episode? Now, everything that's like a dark dot like this or a bigger dot we've been to. I've never been to these smaller little places before that have like no outline around them. So I've been to pretty much mostly every place I have unlocked. Since I played this game, though, I have not gotten the new DLCs that I put out, like Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa and Arkansas, or even Louisiana, I guess. So there's a lot of areas to explore still, but I have explored a lot of what there is to see at this point. So I would like to, if we can, do a trip to a city that I've never been to. Maybe even like something like Lawton wouldn't be bad, because that's actually still in Oklahoma. But we don't want this episode to be too short, but we don't want it to be too long. So let's see where all these are going. Actually, we could go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. That would be kind of fun just because, obviously, the Albuquerque aliens that we did last year. That might be an interesting one, but I think that's a decently long trip. But it could be fun. So maybe we'll come back to that. There's some of the Dallas, Del Rio. We've been to Enid already. There is one to Lawton, but that is a pretty damn short trip. And I don't know if I want to do a super short trip or a long trip. I feel like a longer trip would be fun so you guys could kind of see all the mechanics of this game if you never played it. McAllister, Oklahoma is really short. Tulsa. We could go to Tyler, Texas just for Tyler, since obviously Tyler loves Truck Simulator. But, a lot of them are to Dallas and all that. You know what? I think we're going to go to Albuquerque just for fun, just so we could say the Albuquerque aliens are there. The real question is, which one do we want to do? Do we want to be delivering some paper or diesel? I think the diesel sounds funner. It's also more expensive and more money made. So let's do this trip. We would actually take quite a while probably to get this one done, but you guys will probably enjoy it. We get to go through Oklahoma City, just by Clinton. We'll go through Amarillo, Texas a little bit. Tucumcari, North Mexico, never heard of it before. And then obviously there's Albuquerque right there. And then maybe in the next episode we could go to somewhere like Santa Fe or something like that. But let's do this trip. It is going to take a while, so sit back, grab a snack. This could be a little bit of a longer episode, but this trip shouldn't take astronomically long. Like, it might take like 40-50 minutes to do. It's going to obviously a lot longer the destination, because in real life it's a further destination, but in game it's not that long. Alright, so we have to drive only 6 minutes to grab ourselves our trailer, so let's go ahead and do that and pull on out of this area. This is where I was delivering to last time I was playing this game. Like I said, I was just testing it out a little bit, making sure the recording stuff was working well, and it seems like it actually is, which is good. There's actually some game audio, so we should be pretty good in terms of setting this series up pretty well. Excited just to get back into this full time again too, in terms of content. This is a little bit of a blind spot. I can't really see which way, if there's any vehicles, so let's just hope that there's no vehicles that are coming. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into this and just play this game again, because it's kind of a nice little chill game to play. It's also kind of fun just going through these little towns and stuff like that and seeing the scenery. I don't remember the buttons to view outside of the vehicle though. That's the only thing. So I don't really know what I'm going to use as a thumbnail, but maybe I'll just use something from inside this cab. But let's stop at this line here. And let's see if there's any cars coming. Nothing that way, and nothing that way. We got to be using the road the way it's supposed to be used. And we can't even drive super fast in this area too, since we're in a residential area. We can only go 15, now we can go 25. Okay, at least it seems like it's going to speed up a bit over here as we get closer to the outskirts of town. Oh, there's another stop sign here, and we're not going to blow through that. Even though I feel like I can, because there's no cars coming, really. Looks like some people enjoying some food or something out there. Interesting. This is what I like about this game. There's a lot of, like, small little details that make it, like, almost like a lived-in world, so to speak, so... Looks like we got a turn here too. Another stop sign. Hey, look, there's a Lowe's right there. I forgot I actually have real brands turned on for this, so there is going to be some real places or real stores in this game. So, oh yeah, there's a Walgreens. I only know of Walgreens from when I used to go to Florida as a kid, so that's the only reason I've heard of it. Because I've never been to one in Canada, I don't think. Maybe there actually have been to one in Canada. I feel like there is some in Canada, but it's like West Coast or maybe Southern Ontario. I'm not too sure. Alright, let's merge into this lane because we are going to have to turn over this way to get our trailer. And we could easily just turn right away because these guys are on a light, so. Cross the railroad. That means hockey guys going to really like it since I get to cross the railroad. And there is our trailer right there that we're going to have to bring all the way to New Mexico. And we'll get to see at least a little bit of, I guess, technically Texas as well, since we're going to be going through the northern tip of that. Unless there's actually like a road shutdown or something, we might have to take an alternate route, but let's get this thing brought back. Use these mirrors instead, and back up. And that should be good, I think, to get that coupled on. Maybe? There you go, perfect. Easy. And we are good to go on the road. It says it's a 13-hour distance. Obviously, like I said, in-game, it actually doesn't take 13 hours. But it will probably take, like, my guess, like, just under an actual hour. So, like I said, sit back, get a drink if you want to watch this in depth. But it's going to be literally like a, kind of like a chill little video. And one thing that I think that we should do, actually there's apparently a train coming, so I'm going to already stop here. I'm not going to try and force myself across. But one thing that we already got to kind of do with I think that we need to do during the series is if you guys have any questions or anything that we should talk about during these episodes that we could talk about while we drive, ask me some questions and then we could actually talk about them as we go through it. That's what I was doing with the members. Because usually these drives, you're literally just driving on a road, looking at maybe the scenery and all that. It's not necessarily the most entertaining thing to some people. So if you guys have, like, you want to talk about current NHL stuff going on, anything like that, just bring them up and we could talk about them in the next episode that I do of this. And that will be a lot of fun, I think. Just to give us something extra to do instead of just driving, right? As long as I'm not getting too occupied on the questions and getting into accidents and all that type of thing. So let's pull out a little bit here because there is a bit of a blind spot. I can't really tell where all these vehicles are coming from. Oh man, I guess my mirror's kind of in the way that way. I don't think there's any vehicles coming from that direction, so I think we're good. Yep, okay, there was a car there, but we are good to pull out here. And we are going to get, obviously, onto the highway here shortly. Let's actually go into the inside lane here. I don't know if that was a great idea, just kind of moving in like that. But I don't want to be stuck behind that small car. So, I want to try and get around him if I can. General Mills, nice and Goodyear. A lot of trucks out in this area right now. Looks like my guy's relatively tired too, so we are going to need to go to a rest stop here early on, I think, which kind of sucks, but then you guys can kind of see what that's like. Because basically when you go to a rest stop, then your guys, you can see that, like, there's like a bed meter that has like some blue lines in it. That means your guy's starting to get tired. Once that's full, your guy's actually going to start yawning, which means you're going to need to start resting. So, yeah, we need to get our guy into bed here, and then hopefully, we could see maybe a sunrise or something like that when he does wake up. That'd be kind of nice. I don't know when the closest rest stop is, but we're going to have to drive like this for a while, probably, my guess. I'm assuming there's going to be a rest stop soon. Let's actually take a look at that here. I actually didn't want to open up that menu. I wanted to open up this menu. If we go navigation, world map, where is our nearest rest stop here? It looks like the nearest rest stop that we could actually take is all the way up here, just outside of McAllister, so that's probably where we're going to end up stopping. and we might be a little bit too tired by then, but I don't think it will be in the red where it's actually that bad. So we got to make up some ground and then get there, and then we'll, like I said, get our guys sleeping, and then we'll finish up the rest of the drive in probably the next day, but maybe there'll be another time we'll have to stop as well for sleeping, because sleep is important when you're on these long road trips, of course. Don't want to be driving and causing any accidents or anything like that. At least we could drive 65 on the highway, so it's not like I feel like I have to go too slow, but we're going to get stuck behind some slow drivers here. That Goodyear truck is kind of going a little bit slower than I'd like. Can you pick it up, please, man? Why are you going like literally like 45 into 65? I'd like to get past you because I need to get to my rest stop. Hopefully he picks up his speed here. I don't know why he's driving that slow. It ain't gonna be a good year if I'm stuck behind you all the time. Okay, here you go. Now he's picking up a little bit of speed, it looks like. I don't know if I honk at him if he'll actually go faster or not, but that'd be kind of funny. But looks like a nice little day here, nothing raining or anything so far. Yesterday when I was playing this game, it was actually raining, so it was a little bit tougher to drive in, of course, but hopefully the weather stays good in this entire distance to Albuquerque. It's been a while since I've driven to Albuquerque in this game, so I'm excited to kind of get back there again. And I don't know where we go from there in terms of like future episodes, but if you guys have any like specific routes you want me to take or any places you want me to go to, let me know. So, because I think the last time I would have played this game like fully, other than yesterday, was before the Albuquerque series, I guess. So there's going to be a lot of fun going back to it. I don't know if there's any alien related things when you get into New Mexico, because I know Roswell's obviously known for alien stuff, but oh my goodness. Okay, it looks like there was a slowdown on that side. I didn't even realize there was a cop pulled over that guy on that side of the highway, but that's okay. But the graphics look really good in this game. Like, I have the graphics turned up to, I think, the max, and yeah, this game just is one of the more like underrated games. I feel like the devs put in a lot of good work into this game. Like, a lot of the places in this game actually look pretty realistic to their counterparts. I think some of the road names are actually real too. Like, they do a lot of good stuff, and I know that they're adding like British Columbia for Canada eventually, which is great because I'm excited for that. I wonder if they're eventually gonna get through all of Canada after they get through the States, but once the States are complete, it's gonna be interesting to be able to drive in like New York or whatever, driving in Florida. It'll kind of feel like GTA, I guess, a little bit, but it's gonna be exciting once they get a lot of it all done. You know, that probably will take years still, I'm guessing, at this point. And I know that people are saying since they're adding BC, it would be interesting if they added Alaska, which I think Alaska would be sick. Imagine if we were able to drive to Anchorage and drive through like a lot of snowy areas and all that. That'd be kind of neat. Go to Juneau or wherever it is, I think. Yeah, Juneau's the capital of Alaska, right? Because I think Anchorage isn't. I feel like it's Juneau. I don't even remember, but imagine driving to like Nome, Alaska, all those type of places. Where there's like polar bears potentially. Not that I don't think any polar bears would show up, but that'd be kind of funny. Alright, our rest stop I think is still not for a while. I have not seen McAllister show up yet, so hopefully we find that rest stop soon. No, that sign might actually say McAllister right there, right? Yeah, it does. Alright, McAllister and Durant. I think we are getting closer to that rest stop, which is nice. And like the perfect spot for it, and the perfect spot for us to stop, like I said. Because we need to be sleeping. Looks like we got a toll bridge here. I think this is what that is. So we're gonna have to probably pay a toll to go through here. How much are we gonna be paying is the real question. Let's see. $13, damn it. $13 toll. That's pretty expensive. I mean, $13 in US is, I guess, technically closer to $20 Canadian or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. Oh well. How close are we to this place? And I don't want to use that menu again. I want to go back to the world menu, just because I want to know how close we are to turning off into the rest stop area. Oh, it's okay. It's right off the highway right here. That's actually perfect. Like, we won't have to worry about coming off the highway to it. So I like that that's on our route. But you can see we've already driven for like 2 hours at this point, and it does not take as long as in real life. Imagine if it took like the real distance, like 13 hours to drive that. It'd be insane. But I think you can make it real time almost too. But I don't know if it would still say 13 hours or not. Alright, so I think our rest stop stuff is around this bend, if I'm not mistaken. think. But if not, we will still have to drive a little bit longer. But then you guys can see what it's like when your guy goes to sleep. It's literally just a cutscene. It doesn't actually even show you guys sleeping, unfortunately. Like, you can't even see my feet or anything in this game, so it'd be kind of interesting if you had an actual character in the vehicle, but I think you could only see him when you're looking, like, taking screenshots of your truck and all that. So, looks like we got another part of the toll here. I think it said about the, was it an Indian Turnpike, did it say? What was it called? I don't even know. Let's see, do we have to pay anything here too? I don't know. Let's see, do not stop. Let's see. Oh, yeah, $7 toll. $7 toll. Indian Nation Turnpike. Alright, that's what that's called. Okay. Just so I could kind of recognize some of the names of some of these things. And our rest stop is looking like it's this thing right ahead where the McDonald's is, so we're going to have to pull off here. So let's pull off. This is where we're going to be sleeping for the day. And I think there should be a spot for us to park and turn off our engine and actually sleep. It's kind of nice that it's near a McDonald's, even though you can't really pick up food and stuff in this game. It'd be kind of nice if you could. We already still have a decent chunk of gas, but we might as well fill up here too. Now, where is the rest? Oh, I guess I have to pull in right next to this waste management vehicle, probably. Just pull in here, and then we should be able to turn off our engine, right? I think. Right? Maybe? Yep, perfect. Alright, now we can enter rest mode, get our sleep in, and looks like we're waking up pretty damn early in the morning, 2:22. Which means I need to turn on our lights, of course, so let's get those nice and turned on here. Wow. The vibes in the nighttime are pretty damn cool, though. You gotta admit. Just like looking at the lights of everything. Surprised there's actually a lot of vehicles still out at this time parked in here, but let's pull over here. Do I really need gas right now? Not really. I don't think I'm going to get gas yet. I think I'll get gas later on. I think we need to make up some room on the road first, so let's get back onto the highway here. We have our lights on, so that's all we really need. But yeah, the late night driving vibes, I feel like they're definitely really nice, but then when you see also like the sunrise come up, it's really nice too. But something about driving at nighttime with all the flashing lights and stuff, it's kind of, I don't know, it's nostalgic in a way, for some reason. Somebody got pulled over, looks like it was a truck. We're gonna put on our blinker here just to let them know that we're merging in. Yeah, some truck got pulled over. Wonder if he was trafficking humans or something. And I can't even really see that far ahead of me, damn. You guys probably can't see that far ahead of you as well in the video. But you can only see the back tail lights of some of the vehicles ahead. So that's the sketchy thing about driving at nighttime, but it's early in the morning. The sun will be rising in the next 3 hours, I think, or so. Should be up by like 6. But it's kind of neat because you can see like the time zone is different. Because right now, I think it says that we're going to be arriving in Central time zone. But I think before, actually maybe we were in Central still too, but the time zone changes based on where you go. Same with obviously the speed limit and all that. So, looks like we got to go off here, I think. I'm going to merge in if I can. Can I merge in? Actually, I don't even need it to do that yet. I don't think I can do that a little bit later. I'm going to still merge in if this car is going to let me in. Just because I feel like I need to. Oh, it looks like another oh, is this blocked off? Yeah, it is blocked off. Oh, man. Well, that's going to be a bad way to start. Looks like we can't turn that way because the truck broke down. Well, that's not great, so I guess our exit, we're going to have to take a different exit, which is going to maybe add more time to our drive, but yeah, see, that's the one thing with this game. You never know. You might be driving on a normal route, and then something changes it. I don't know if this is going to change where we go through in Texas, but we're going to have to continue to take the highway down this way for the time being, because that part of the highway had an accident happen on it. Well, that's unfortunate. You think leaving as late in the night there wouldn't be an accident, but I guess there is. Alright. Well, that's still going to make it a lot more fun. I don't know where we're going now, but we'll see where our next turnoff actually ends up being. As you can still even see like some of the stars in the sky too. You wouldn't be able to probably see in the recording, but I can see them at least, which is kind of nice. And what is happening up here? Looks like another accident happened on the opposite side of the highway too. God damn. Everybody's getting in accidents tonight, or is that just construction? That might be just construction. It looked like it was an accident at first. But a lot of stuff going on at 3 in the morning. Alright, what does that say? I can't even tell from here. I know it's probably a slowdown thing, I guess. Road work ahead in 1 mile. Okay, we got to slow down a little bit by then, as we're heading towards Oklahoma City in Joplin. But that means we probably have to merge in to the next lane soon, I'm guessing. Or maybe we're going to have to actually come to a complete stop. I'm not sure. But it looks like it's having us turn off here soon, too, which is nice. Alright. So, okay, it's on the side of the road. It's not too bad. I just have to reduce speed, basically. It's good I wasn't driving that fast anyways. I just have to drive 55 instead of 65, which I think I was going below the limit anyways. Sometimes it's really tough to actually look at like the speed and also at driving at the same time in this, I feel like, but ooh, this seems like an interesting area of like there's bridges getting built and all that. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to go off here. So this is where we are turning off instead of the earlier turn off. So this is kind of a sketchy turn, not gonna lie, especially in the darkness. Oh my goodness, I can't even see if I'm on the road fully. Holy. Hopefully our trailer is okay. But my god, that's kind of a sketchy turn. Very sketchy. Alright, as we head on to the lower part of this highway. And now we're heading this direction. So now I think we're back to being pretty much where we were supposed to go. We're not on the exact same turnoff, obviously, but we were just supposed to turn off and go straight. So, where is our map leading us now? Out of curiosity. Let's see. My computer's actually making a decent amount of noise with this right now, but looks like we're going to be going just outside of Oklahoma. Last time we were supposed to go through Oklahoma City, I think. This time we're just going around it. So, I think that's what that change makes, but it is not a huge difference. And we're still only supposed to drive 45 here because this area has a lot of construction, I guess. But soon enough, we'll be able to go back up to 65, I think. Yeah, right outside of here. Perfect, because that's the end of the road work. Nice. All right, now we can start driving fast again. But I still can't even really see that far ahead of me. Like, I can only see the car in front of me, and I can't see anything else. I guess I could tell that there's a turn ahead even without looking at the GPS, but yeah, nighttime driving I still really like, but when you're in the outskirts of like towns and stuff and you can't really see anything, it's just like, damn, where the hell am I even? But when you get into like areas where there's little cities and stuff, you're like, okay, now I can see a lot more. Looks like we got another toll bridge ahead, so wonder what we're going to be paying here on this toll. The good thing is we have $1.6 million, so it's not going to hurt us that much, but that's because I did a lot of driving in this game, like I said, over a year ago. Alright, so let's see, how much is this toll? $9. $9 is nothing. I'll take it. I'll take it. Also, we do have drivers on our company too, so there's other people that will be making us money too as we drive around, because they do deliveries as well. We're driving our international truck. I forget what the other guys have, but they have, I think, my original truck, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, we have just under 10 hours till our destination. Not too sure if, like I said, that detour added more time to this episode or not, but this is why I say we need some topics to talk about during these episodes. So I guess one thing we could talk about is, did you guys get your YouTube rewind for this year? Or not rewind, I guess it's called, but the recap thing that YouTube put out. And if so, what were your top channels that you watched? I know that some of the people in the Discord had me still as one of their top channels, and it was kind of surprising to see that. But kind of curious on what else you guys have been watching. Like, who are your top channels of the year? Because for me, not my top channels, but basically I think it said that the content that person I'm the type to watch is the adventure, which is interesting because a lot of the you guys probably think I watch a lot of gaming content, making a lot of gaming content myself, and that's not the case at all. Actually, when you make content of stuff like that, you end up wanting to watch other videos, so I watch a lot more, I guess, vlogs and travel stuff, which is kind of interesting. So kind of curious on what type of content you guys watch other than gaming videos as well. Alright, so we just used a Turner Turnpike. Looks like we're still driving down the middle here. I was thinking we had to turn off soon, but I guess we didn't. So, but yeah, what are you guys watching on YouTube? Who is your top channels if you want? Also, if you want to talk about your Spotify Wrapped, I don't really know. Spotify Wrapped is always fun. I feel like my taste in music doesn't really change too much. This year, it was more heavy rock related and rock related stuff because it's always a lot of the stuff I listen to at the gym. But yeah, aside from that, I feel like a lot of the musicians stay the same, because I think I even looked recently and I saw what my 2017 Wrapped was back when I early days got Spotify, and the top artist was the same as this year, which is Linkin Park. So it's kind of interesting on that note, but kind of curious on what you guys listen to for music and all that, because I know that some of the people in the Discord had ages that were way older than mine in it, which is funny. Like some people were listening to stuff like AC/DC and all that, so. Oh, alright, looks like this is Oklahoma City, I think, or nearby. Yeah, I think that's probably Oklahoma City on the left-hand side. I'm guessing part also on the right-hand side. Tough to say. Okay, looks like we're still on the right part of the highway. That's kind of an interesting sign. I don't think I've ever seen a turning sign like that. It has had some lights around it. I know I'm kind of driving a little bit erratically right now, like I'm almost in both lanes, but there's no cars near us, and I have to somehow maintain the speed of 60. I guess there is a way to put on cruise control, but I don't usually do that. Alright, we might need to fill up on gas soon because we're like a half a tank. I don't know how long the tanks last, but obviously we don't want to run out of gas on our way to our destination. So at some point we'll probably fill up again, but maybe not for a bit still. I just don't know when we need to. But yeah, this is kind of nice. This is what I like about nighttime vibes. Oh my goodness, like almost going off-road here. But yeah, you can see that Oklahoma City looks really cool on the left-hand side. And that's why I like driving at this point in this game. But it says it's 5:06 a.m., which means the sunrise shouldn't be too long out. And then you guys can see hopefully a nice sunrise, because this game does actually sunsets and sunrises really well, I feel like. And it makes this game very, very nice looking. Alright, looks like we're turning, or we're staying on this part, but looks like we're going another direction. Yeah, where you're gonna have to merge all the way in here. So let's merge, even though I didn't put on my turn signal, don't really care. Nobody's behind me, I'm not gonna hurt anybody by doing that. I don't think, at least. Here we go. Nice little turn off. And boom. At least we could kind of see where we're going in this area. Like that first turn off was kind of sketchy because it was all dark in that area too, but at least this area is a lot more illuminated, so I can kind of tell where I'm driving a lot easier. Let's merge in here. Actually, there's a gas station. No, there's not a gas station. It's a repair shop, I think. Soon we'll find a gas station now for sure, because I don't think that's enough gas to last us 8 hours, or under 9 hours, I should say, probably. So we'll have to find one soon now, and hopefully it's one that's an easy one that I could just pull into and then pull out of, because some of the gas stations in this I think are really tough to get in and out of, but I prefer obviously the one that I can easily get to. So looks like we're almost getting closer into Texas. Texas might be like 200 miles out. I wanted to say kilometers, but obviously this is in America, so it's miles. And it looks like there's another turn that's blocked. Oh, you gotta slow down here a little bit. What's happening down here? Oh man, looks like there was a major accident. And it looks like we have to merge. Gonna merge in here. Yeah, damn, that was a pretty major accident or something. There's a police car, some firefighters. Oh, some truck literally tipped over, damn. Hopefully everybody's alright on that. And that's all AI events, so you know, it's not an actual person that has an accident in this game. Because I don't know if your truck could actually tip like that in game. I don't think so. Looks like the sun's starting to rise because the sky has a little bit of an illumination to it now. It's not pitch black like it was. But yeah, like I said, soon enough we'll turn off and find a gas station. I would assume there's one soon, right? Let's check on that. Guess always good to know where these gas stations are. Looks like there's one down here. We could add this to our destination, I guess. So let's put that right there. That way we could go get some gas, because I prefer to probably fill up and then just stay on the road for hopefully the rest of it. I don't really know if I need to fill up on a half tank, but I just don't want to risk this gas getting too low. So, oh, looks like the sun is definitely rising. You can tell in our mirrors, obviously, behind us. The sky in front of us is still dark, but behind us looks pretty nice. I can't look out right now because I feel like I get into an accident, but let's look at it briefly. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. I had to look at it quick. Cotton candy skies. Love to see it. Alright, at least now we have our gas station thing on our destination. I'm not too sure how far that is still out, but it should be good enough where we can fill up our tank at that point. And then hopefully we won't have to fill up again. Did that say the South Canadian River? Does the South Canadian River even go up towards Canada at all? Or no, probably not. I thought that said Canadian, but maybe it said something else. It wouldn't make sense really for a river to have the name Canada in it, I don't think, down here, but maybe it did. And our turnoff is right here. I think this is probably for the gas, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Alright, looks like we're gonna go on off. And we will head over to the gas station. A little bit of lag there, but that's okay. And we gotta slow down here, because there's a lot of cars piled up in this area. But yeah, I like how the sky changes in this game. Like, I know I'm gonna keep on mentioning it probably, but it is just really nice to see. Okay, it looks like we're going left. And obviously we're gonna come back to this area when we gotta go back on the highway. But right now we need some gas, so we're gonna go get it. That way you guys can see how the gas works in this game too. Also, if you guys have a good idea where I should put this face cam for the most part in this game, let me know. Because I'll probably bounce it around in different locations throughout this episode, depending on if it fits on the way of things or not. Okay, a lot of cars are still coming in through that way, so I can't really go yet. Let's see, can we go soon? Probably after this vehicle ahead, I would assume. Yeah, he's turning. Looks like we're good. Perfect, let's go on out. Don't want to keep that traffic locked up. There you go. And now we head to the gas station. Actually, I should probably stay on the inner lane then if I'm going to the gas station. Because I think the gas station, yeah, it's right at this turn coming up. And then once we get gas, it won't take that long. And we can get right back onto the highway and keep taking in these destinations a bit. But yeah, I definitely need some stuff to talk about in future episodes, because I honestly don't even know really what to talk about sometimes when I'm just driving like this. That's why I'm just rambling pretty much right now. Okay, let's pull in here and wait for this guy to go, of course. Also, I like the reflections in this game too. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that guy to be turning out there. Maybe that was the exit, I'm not too sure. But let's pull into this gas. It looks like we have to go around a little bit to... Let's pull in through these ones. These are not the actual ones to fill up at. But we're going to pull through this. And it looks like there's a truck or a Jeep coming in through here too. Sorry about that, sir. I need to go over to here and get ourselves into an area that actually has a gas can. We need that diesel. Perfect. Okay, let's fill this up. Oh man, my computer's making a lot more noise than I'm used to. Probably should turn down the graphic quality a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, that's definitely way louder than it's been in a while. Let's do shadow quality high instead. Yeah, that's better, I think. And reflection scaling, I don't know if I should have it that high. Probably let's go 100%. I don't really know. Let's just go with that, change that up a little bit. I know it's going to change the graphic quality a bit, but also just don't want my computer sounding like it's going to be taken off. So, because obviously my computer did have a fan that I think it was not working eventually, so I had to get a new one. And I just don't want to have to get a new fan again. You know, this one I'm currently using I think was really cheap, so. But alright, we got more gas. Oh my goodness, that guy pulled out really fast. Let's get back on the highway. Nobody's coming. Oh no, there is some people coming. Let's just pull our way fully out so we can get a good look at that. Yeah, go ahead, sirs. Oh, that truck's stopping because he's turning. Yeah, I was probably supposed to turn down the opposite direction when or the opposite turn in to get that gas. So that's on me, but oh well. At least don't get fined for that in this game. You'll get fined if you're going over the speed limit, but ooh, look at that sun rays. Oh baby, that's nice. I love to see that. I wish I could remember what button is to view outside of your cab, because I would love to have grabbed a screenshot of some of the stuff like that, but for the time being we'll have to keep like this. Actually, maybe if I go to screenshot mode, isn't there like a photo mode in this, in some area? Where is it again? Because I'm pretty sure there's a photo mode somewhere. Oh, here it is. I think media, photo mode. Let's get a screenshot of our truck for the thumbnail. How do I move this camera though again? Hello? It's only in this area. Zoom up and down. Oh, that's how you zoom out. How do I change the, where my camera is? Oh, there you go. Perfect. Oh, yeah, look at this. This is gonna definitely be the thumbnail. Can I hide the UI again? Yes, I can. Perfect. And I don't want the camera lens, though, to be in this. That's the thing. Let's just take the screenshot, and I think it saves it to my computer. So, we'll do that. Maybe we'll get one actually with the full trailer, too, a little bit, or part of the trailer. There you go. Perfect. And there we are, good to go. Now we can keep on driving to our destination. Always got to take some nice photo proof of our trip. And we'll turn back on towards, I think it's still Amarillo, right? Yeah. Amarillo, Texas. The Tejas. Gotta wait for these vehicles still, though. Seems like there's a lot of traffic coming out this morning, but it is around 7 a.m., so it makes sense. The traffic, I think, is a bit more busier depending on the day, too. Time of day. What is this guy doing? Bro, you're literally blocking my intersection. Okay, I'm just gonna turn. I'm just gonna turn. I don't know why you just stopped there. I don't know why you stopped there, my man, but maybe he was just being nice. I don't really know. I didn't think people in the States were nice, though, sometimes. I'm joking. But yeah, I don't know why he stopped there. He just continued driving now, so I guess he was waiting for me. Very nice dude, but he held up a lot of cars because of that. Like, he did not have his turn signal on, so he wasn't turning himself. Oh well. On our way we go. What is this sign for? Oh, just a boulevard, it looks like. But now at least we can see a little bit more of the outside since it's earlier in the morning and it's not pitch black anymore. We are halfway to being tired, so we might need to sleep one more time at least in this episode, but I'm hoping we won't. But we probably will. Because we have been on the road already for a decent amount this morning. Because we started at 2 o'clock, so yeah, we might need one more rest. So, looks like some water towers, I think that is. I'm pretty sure those things are always water towers, right? Honestly, don't even know. Because a lot of the things in this game, some of them, I don't even know what the heck they are. Like I said it myself, I don't drive. I've never been to Texas and these parts of the states before, so I have no idea what I'm looking at for some of them. The furthest south I've been in the states is Florida, though. Because I've been down the entire East Coast pretty much, except for some bigger states, I guess. Like, I've been through New York State, Pennsylvania, North and South Carolina, all those type of states, like leading all the way to Florida. But I've never been to like places like Massachusetts. I've been to Maine, and I've been through Vermont, I'm pretty sure. But I've never been to, like I said, far out east to Massachusetts before. So at some point in time, it'd be interesting to go through like a lot of the states. Like, I kind of want to go to California or something at some point, but also the exchange rate is terrible between Canadian and US dollars, so I don't know whenever I'm going to be going back to the States, but I haven't been there since like 2011 or 12, I think, because I used to go there every March break when I'd go to Florida as a kid. Long ass drive that is, though, driving from Ottawa to Vero Beach, Florida. Takes like, I think, over a full day of driving, basically. It's kind of insane. Alright, we have 7 hours and 425 miles. Looks like right now we're in a bunch of like farmer fields and stuff like that. Can't tell what they're growing. Looks like it's probably just flowers, but I can't really tell what they're growing on that side. Another rest stop and a way station over there. I don't know if we're gonna have to go through any way stations. That's something I almost forgot about. There's also a way station in this where you'll actually have to pull off road, and then you'll get your stuff quickly weighed and you'll go off again back onto the road. So almost forgot all about that for some weird reason. I guess I still technically have my lights on, so I don't really need those on anymore because it is bright enough out here. And now we're entering Texas. Welcome to Tejas. There's the state line right there, and we're running into traffic, which is not great because obviously that's going to make these episodes longer if we run into traffic, but we have got to slow down a lot here. I don't know what's causing this, but as soon as we're entering Texas, we're getting stuck behind a lot of vehicles. Damn. Oh, it's because there's an accident overhead. Okay, that makes sense. Because I could hear the helicopter flying over and all that. Or somebody got like cornered in by the cops, so there was a police chase earlier, I guess. Damn, it sucks being stuck in traffic like this. I totally just want to drive around it, but I'm not going to do that. Of course, as soon as we're entering Texas, though, there's people driving trucks and all that. Maybe I'm gonna merge into this inner lane. There's no cars coming. Let's merge in. Oh my goodness, there's other people merging already too. Oh, it's like that guy that was behind us before. I know I'm kind of rushing through this vehicles and stuff, but that's okay. Now we're stuck behind a Coca-Cola vehicle for a little bit, but sorry, all those cars. I know I merged in before you, but I need to deliver this. I need to deliver this, and now we're gonna still be behind this Coca-Cola truck. Hopefully he picks up his speed a bit, or else I might have to want to go around him. But kind of cool to see the real brands in this game, like I said, because that's a mod that I got installed, is the real brands, so that's why they have them. Originally, when you'd play this game before installing a mod like that, it'd be all like fake brands and all that, but you'd be able to tell us what some of them are. But now, oh, it does say Canadian, huh? But yeah, it's kind of cool to have the actual real brands. So then it actually feels realistic. Like even like look at the sign, look, McDonald's is there, Waffle House. I haven't been to a Waffle House in ages. I went to a Waffle House in South Carolina, I think it was. It's just funny, South Carolina, I think it was their accents down there. Because I remember, yeah, I think they called one of my brothers Sonny Boy or something like that when we were getting pancakes and stuff, which is funny. Because now, up here, up north in Canada, you don't really call people Sonny Boy, but down south, they definitely call people Sonny Boy and all that. It's just silly. Alright, now we can pick up our pace a bit because that Coke truck's driving a little fast. And we're 6.5 hours away. Woohoo. At least this area's a bit more scenic, it looks like. Nothing crazy. If you drive in like Montana in this game and all that, it looks pretty amazing though. There's some really nice routes. So we could do that in future episodes too. But I really like the hilly areas with like mountains and stuff. These areas with flatlands are kind of nice too, but I think I more prefer mountains over it. So maybe in a future episode, like I said, we'll see some snow-capped mountains and all that, so we can get some really cool little photos for you guys of this game. Because yeah, right now it's just a bunch of fields. Like there's not even any buildings in this area right now, it looks like. But I think that's just because we're in northern Texas right now. We'll soon be out of Texas, I guess, as well, because we are just going through the northern tip of it, and then we'll be entering a new state again, which is New Mexico, I think, because we're obviously going to Albuquerque still. Ooh, there's a hot air balloon over there. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I love to see that. Open fields and a hot air balloon. Never been in one of those. I don't think I'd want to be in one of those, though, because I have a fear of heights a little bit, so, yeah. And why isn't that windmill moving? Why isn't that windmill moving? You think it would be moving in this game, but maybe they just can't add the motion of it. I'm not too sure. As there's a rest area right there, too. But yeah, that's kind of weird that that windmill's just stuck in time. But it seems like kind of a cool area of northern Texas. I don't know if I've driven through this part of it before or not. I know I've been to Amarillo in this game before, but I don't know if I've been through this exact part. But it seems like kind of a nice area. A little bit more hills than I'd expect for Texas. Just under 6 hours till our destination. It's kind of nice in this game also because like a lot of the like small details, like I was mentioning earlier, there's like if you drive a little bit off the side of the highway, there's like the bumpy area where your tires rub against. I recognize that vibration feeling every time, and it's like, damn, I remember like just being in a car, like for instance with my dad driving and that happening. So alright, this Coca-Cola truck is kind of going a little bit slower, but maybe there's a slow guy in front of him. Looks like people are getting a little bit antsy and going around him, but I probably shouldn't go around him since I'm a truck myself, but I probably will go around him if there's an opening. But there is a lot of cars on this highway right now, so I might be stuck behind him for a little bit. I just gotta hope that he turns off, I guess. Maybe he's going to the same area we're going now, but hopefully he turns off on the next turn, whenever that might be. Oh look, there's an ad for Kenworth trucks. Kenworth 100, I think that's it. Oh, that looks like a cool building. Looks like some trains related stuff. I guess Texas does have some pretty big train related things, I think. This is Amarillo officially. And yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to get around this truck for a little bit here. I don't know why he's still driving kind of slow. He's driving 55 in an area where he could drive 75. But my truck only goes up to 65, so at least it seems like it does. I think it's capped out because of the external contracts. I'm not too sure though. Alright, can I merge ahead? Let's merge ahead. There's nobody in this lane. I'm going to try and get around Mr. Coca-Cola here. He does have 2 trailers on him. It'd be kind of interesting if he could honk his horn back at me, but I'm not going to honk my horn at him. Just get around him. Because we are not necessarily tight on the clock, but I would prefer to get around these big vehicles. And I would like to merge in front of him probably at some point, because I feel like I'm going to have to turn off soon, but maybe not. So we're driving straight actually for quite a while, so yeah, because this sign literally says Albuquerque right here, so we will, I guess, be staying in this part for a while. Looks like Mr. Coca-Cola is not turning off, but he's pretty far back of us now, which is kind of nice. So oh, he did turn off right there. Good. We don't have to worry about being stuck behind a truck like him for a bit, I guess. Would like to still merge into the inner lane, but I need to get in front of this truck first. I'm kind of pushing the speed limit a little bit, but not by much. Going over by a couple miles per hour. If you stay over it too long or you go too much over it, and that's when you get fined. So I want to try not to get fined in our first episode back. Kind of keep it good as much as possible. I'm going to put on my blinker here so he knows that I want to merge in. And I think I have enough clearance. Let's merge in here. Perfect. Nice. It's nice and smooth. As we're 4 hours and 44 minutes from the destination now. But yeah, this seems like a nice area, Amarillo. I've kind of always wanted to go to Texas partially just to see what it's like, but it's more because I've watched some YouTubers that were in Texas. One of them's channel's done now, but his fellow co-workers that used to work with them, there's some of them that actually still have YouTube channels, so it's kind of interesting to watch them. And yeah, Texas just seems like kind of an interesting area, like Austin, I think it is, and all that. It seems like they have a lot of cool, like, breweries and stuff to go to, so I don't know, Texas seems like a cool place, partially because of that. Alright, now we got some farmland, that's kind of neat. So some cattle and all that over there, probably, as we're heading towards Adrian. I mean, Adrian Aucoin, or a former Adrian player that played in the NHL, Adrian Plavsic, or whatever his name is. I don't even know how many Adrians played in the NHL, but I know there's Aucoin at least, and that Plavsic guy I can think of as well. I think he used to play for the Canucks as well at one point. Oh. But yeah, these farmlands are kind of nice too, a little bit, but I do definitely prefer the mountains. These farmlands make me feel like I'm playing like that farming simulator game that Tyler tried to get me into. I only played it for like a tiny bit, but then I got kind of a little bit overwhelmed because there's a lot of stuff to do in that game. This game is pretty chill when you think about it. You just literally drive to your destination, and that's it. As we are getting closer to being tired, so maybe our next rest stop will take that as a nap time again, because we've been driving for quite a while without stopping. When is the next rest stop? Let's check our navigation again. Our next rest stop is actually not too far ahead. Perfect. We're going to definitely take that one, I think, just to get our guys some rest, and then we're probably going to be driving pretty dark again, but that's okay. That's okay. So we'll go to the next rest stop, get some sleep. I don't even really know if my guy needs sleep that much right now, but it's probably better to get it early than later. And let's slow down here so that guy can come in. I'd probably slow down a bit too much, but that's okay. Albuquerque, how many miles does it say? 235. Tucumcari's coming up too. So that's going to be the next major city, I guess, that we're going through, like I was mentioning earlier. Is this a bridge coming up, or is that just a random ass, like, what is this area? What does this say? Oh, entering New Mexico. Okay, so this is the New Mexico state line right here. So we're literally just getting into New Mexico and taking a nap. Alright. So we're now officially into New Mexico. And we're going to go, obviously, take a nap. We're going to go through this truck area, because obviously we are not the car. And we're going to go rest behind here with all the other truck drivers. There we go. Where do I park in here to get some sleep? Do I actually have to pull in right here? Probably, right? And there you go, perfect. Rest like that. Get some sleep. And wow, we're going to drive overnight, I guess, now, because the sun has just pretty much set, which is kind of nice. So we get to see every time of day now. We saw the early morning, we saw overnight, and now we get to see right before it turns to pitch black. And now we're going to exit. Now we have enough gas to get to our destination. It's only 3 hours and 50 minutes, so we are getting close. And this episode's already been almost an hour of recording, so you guys can see some of these episodes could be long and draggy, so maybe we'll start making these episodes a bit shorter. We won't go as far in terms of destination, but wanted to show you guys as much as possible of what this game is like. So, but yeah, definitely we could maybe do some more shorter trips instead in future episodes. Kind of maybe do a couple of short trips instead of one long trip. Whatever you guys want to see. But I kind of just wanted to go to Albuquerque in this episode, because this episode's definitely going to be over an hour. And like I said, since this is kind of a trial run of putting this game up for the main part of the channel, I'm not too sure how much you guys are going to have a lot of interest in this game or not, but I find it's quite fun. It's definitely one of those more entertaining simulator games. It's not like Power Wash Simulator where you're just basically cleaning something the entire time and tedious. This one you're actually just kind of like, you're getting to see at least some stuff going on around you. There's random events that happen, like I said, where there's accidents that block off your turnoff, that type of thing. So you get like detours and all that. So I think it's a lot more fun, this type of simulation game. But obviously we will be still playing Supermarket Simulator 2, but I think it would be kind of cool just to kind of alternate, like I said, every week with these two games maybe. And if you guys want to see one more than the other, we could always do 2 weeks in a row of one game and then go back to the other one. I'm not too sure. Another person got pulled over. Talk about Texas driving. Or actually, we're not in Texas anymore, that's right, we're in New Mexico. So New Mexicans, apparently. 3 hours and 21 minutes, just under 200 miles. Yeah, this area is nice and smooth. Not the coolest looking area, but I think northern Texas part so far was the best looking, in my opinion, from what we've seen in this episode. But also I did like driving by Oklahoma City, that was kind of nice. That looks like a pretty cool place to live too. Alright. At least there's not that much traffic out because it's later at night. Usually during the middle of the day we'll get a lot more traffic, I think, if I remember right, with that certain mod that I have installed. So the later it is, there's less cars that'll be out there, the faster we can drive. So that's why it's probably better to drive at nighttime in this game than it is during the day, but it's kind of fun to see outside a little bit more and not just pure darkness. Like right now we can still kind of see, but soon enough we won't be able to see that much, I don't think. There is actually a decent chunk of vehicles still behind us, but at least they're not in front of us. There's only like 3 cars in front of us. And we're under 3 hours away now, nice. And also when we deliver this trailer, I don't think I'm going to do the hardest difficulty, because when I was testing this out literally yesterday, I tried the back of this trailer up into like a really tight area and I could not do it, so I'm going to probably go back to the easier way for now until I get comfortable with backing this up again. So even though backing it up on a tougher one you could get more XP and all that, I'm probably just going to take the easier one out of the two. It's still going to be a little bit of a task, but it's probably just going to be more pulling forwards rather than actually having to back up. So looks like I could have driven to that rest stop as well, but didn't realize there was going to be another rest stop too far ahead, so that's okay. But almost 2.5 hours to the place now. I wonder what the little company is going to be like that we bring this to. It's probably going to be a bigger company, I guess. Because what are we even delivering again, was it? Because I don't even remember what is inside this fuel thing. Is it fuel that we're bringing? I know that there was that option to bring paper, but paper is kind of boring, so. Oh, that's a Starbucks sign. What a surprise. Santa Rosa is this way, and Albuquerque is west. So that's the way we're heading, I guess, is west. I don't really even know my bearings on which direction I'm driving, if I'm going west, east, south, or north. So, yeah, I don't really understand some of that stuff. like we gotta slow down a little bit here because it's a bit of a weird little turn. Don't want to take it too fast because we were merging into the other lane. Damn, that vehicle behind us almost got hit. I didn't mean to do that, sir. I apologize. Oh my goodness, why are you merging right behind me? God damn. I stopped on my brake briefly because I was like, damn, I thought he was going to drive right into me. Holy. Alright. The goal in this episode is not to get into any accidents, so it would be kind of nice if we didn't have any crazy drivers almost crash into the back of us. Damn, looks like some more crazy stuff going on the opposite side of the highway. Yeah, it looks like some fire trucks and all that. Damn. I've seen a lot of those events. I don't know if I had those set to high or not, but it's kind of crazy. Historic 66 or Route 66. And we're almost 2 hours out in 120 miles. Oh no, it looks like we might get stuck behind another truck unless, oh yeah, he's merging in. We're gonna have to merge into the other lane here just so we don't get stuck fully behind him. Oh, it's not changed to 1 lane. I thought it was gonna change to 1 lane for a second, but I don't want to get stuck behind a truck right now. This guy's going to wherever the heck that company is. Oh my goodness, I drove kind of too close to him. Why am I swerving like an idiot right now? Jesus. There you go. Back in front of him again. See, that's why we always merge before we go through that guy's area. I don't even know how to explain it. Oh, there's another rest area ahead too. See, maybe I could have gotten closer to the destination without resting, but oh well. At least we're gonna get some more nice nighttime driving. How many miles are we out? 99 miles, so we're under 100 miles. That's exciting. That's exciting, and our destination's 101 miles apparently away, so I guess it's just on the outskirts of Albuquerque. So we'll get to see the big city here shortly. Because, yeah, I would assume it's going to be a little bit more lit up Albuquerque compared to the other areas. There's a nice little rest stop right there. There's one on the opposite side as well, of course. But yeah, I would assume Albuquerque should be a pretty big city that we could actually get to see a little bit more of as we go by. Because right now it's just a lot of darkness on this road, our highway. It looks like we're going up a hill a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going uphill a little bit. I'm not too sure if Albuquerque's got a lot of hills and stuff like that in it, or New Mexico. I think it does, maybe. Like, isn't there like some sort of like salt flats and stuff like that in New Mexico or something? My computer's being a little bit loud again, but it's not as loud as it was before, so that's at least good. Alright, an hour and 24 minutes, 78 miles. We're almost in the clear. We still have a lot of gas too, which is great, so probably enough to do more trips in the next episode for sure. Won't have to go to a gas station right away. But yeah, my computer right now literally sounds the same thing as like this truck when it's like hovering, basically. It's like kind of like that low humming noise. It's kind of weird. 66 miles. Damn, we just drove 33 miles in that short little bit. It's more than I expected. I can't really see too far ahead of me though still. Like, I could definitely see that there's a little bit of hill change, it looks like, but I can't really tell for sure what I'm looking at. It looks like we're going a little bit downhill here, so we got to be a little bit careful here, not take this too quick. Yeah, a little downhill change, nothing crazy, or maybe it's all going downhill now. I'm not too sure. But this is nice and smooth, this road. No crazy bumps in it. And I would assume we're getting closer to a turn-off soon too. It says we're an hour to our destination, so I don't even see any major city right now. But Albuquerque is supposed to be this way, so it's gonna probably just come out of nowhere. And hopefully, like I said, it's a decently big area, so then we can kind of see all the lights and all that too from the city. Holy crap. Sometimes driving at nighttime gets a little bit disorienting. Like, I don't know what it is about it. Alright, looks like we are starting to get maybe closer to it. Yeah, we definitely got to be within like 30 miles almost at this point, right? Yeah, we probably are around 30 miles out, I'm guessing, from the actual city itself. Yeah, right here, this has got to be Albuquerque, right? It's got to be. Doesn't say it yet, but I'm assuming it is. It seems now we're actually in the town. Kind of came out of nowhere though, it feels like, but I guess that's what it's like in New Mexico. we're gonna keep on going straight. We're not turning off yet. It's Louisiana Boulevard, apparently. I don't know if that's a real boulevard or not. Pretty sure some of the road names are actually real, but honestly don't even know. 34 more minutes. Hopefully this episode is not going to be astronomically boring for you guys, but I honestly don't know what topics to talk about while we drive, so like I said, give me some ideas and we can talk about them in the next episode. Alright, what do we got? Gallop. We gotta slow down maybe a little bit here. Yeah, we're gonna merge in here, I think. Or maybe not yet, actually. Yeah, not yet. Looks like we're going here towards La Cruz, or not La Cruz, that's Santa Fe. We're gonna be going, oh, maybe I was supposed to go on that turnoff. Oh, I was supposed to. Oh, damn. I did not realize that. Well, that's okay. That's a little bit of extra time, because we're gonna have to do a bit of a UE kind of thing, but I could not turn. This is actually a really cool area, this highway part. I did not realize this was in New Mexico, because I'm pretty sure I've driven through this part in the game before, but kind of a cool spot. But I definitely was supposed to turn off there, and it didn't really look like a turn off, so now we got some extra time to this episode, unfortunately, again, but I did not realize that was a turn off. Which means now we're gonna actually go right through downtown Albuquerque, I guess, to turn around. That's unfortunate, because we're gonna have to literally come back on the opposite side of this highway. I did not understand that turn off whatsoever. That's okay. And we're gonna have to turn off here, I think, though, so let's make sure we're already merging in to the inner lane. Yeah, perfect. This is where we need to go around and go back onto the highway, the opposite direction. So this is officially Albuquerque right here. At least we get to see a little bit more of it. It's still green, so I'm gonna definitely turn as fast as possible because I want to get back to where we were actually supposed to go. And this is a red light, but should be turning green hopefully soon. Ah, perfect, right away. Nice. Not even having to stop. There you go, and back on the highway we go. Hopefully the turnoff actually looks a little bit more better, that I could actually understand it. Because, yeah, that turnoff was kind of a weird one. Like, I didn't understand if the GPS wanted me to stay on for a little bit longer or not. But we're literally now back on the opposite side of where we just were. But we'll probably stay almost in the turn lane, because we're gonna have to turn off on the next area, I think, again. Ugh. Damn, my voice is sore, as I had to record 2K earlier as well. So I've been talking a lot. Sometimes it feels like when I talk a lot that I actually have a cold too, because I have like a sandpaper feeling in my throat right now, but I don't have that cold that I had a couple weeks ago anymore, so I don't think, at least. Alright, looks like we're turning off right here. Yeah, it was the La Cruces. Perfect. Now we don't even need to worry about that, and we actually need to go through this area instead of the other one, so we're going towards Santa Fe. That's where we're going. Alright, yeah, that was a little bit confusing, but this highway area is pretty cool. Like, it is confusing, but it's really, like, there's a lot of interesting parts about this area, I guess. I'm gonna drive right through here. And we're driving a little bit close to the edge of this, but that's okay. And back onto this area. Now we're actually heading towards our destination. We gotta turn off right away here. So we're gonna stick on this area and head towards Montgomery Boulevard and Montano Street. There you go. Yeah, this is where we need to go. Let's slow down here a little bit. And we can take off our turn signal and put on our turn signal going the other way instead. Gotta go 40 here. And let's go right here. Perfect. And stop. Perfect. Alright, so our destination's just down that way, I guess, somewhere. Oh, at least this was easier to find now, but definitely that first turnoff screwed me up. Has this vehicle been following us the entire time? I feel like I've seen that one before, but maybe this is just another similar AI vehicle. Alright, this red light's taking a little bit too long to change. Come on, red light, I don't have all day. I've been literally recording for an hour and 5 minutes. And should be changing to green soon. Yeah, there you go, perfect. Nice. And we go turn, wide, and perfect. It'll stay in the inside lane here. because we are going to be turning back left as well once we get through this light. It turns green away. Perfect. Don't have to stop too long. Love it when the green light changes to green right away. Hey, look at that. There's in the Wendy's add barbecue bacon more flavored than its name. Alright. Oh, it's a barbecue bacon melt. Huh. I don't know if that would taste that good, to be honest, but we're going to be turning at these set of lights, it looks like. So we're going to have to merge in here, and we're going to have to stop because we can't turn right away. It looks like the lights are changing fast for us, though, potentially. Let's see. Nope, never mind. Yes, it's the other lights. Oh, there's a police car, I think, right next to us. That's kind of funny. We are a little bit into the other lane, but we can't really merge in fully because we have such a long trailer. But the nighttime vibes are on point. And this game keeps auto-saving, which is good, I guess, too, even though I've not been in any accident yet so far. There we go, now we can turn. And our destination will be on the right here. Let's be careful not to hit any vehicles nearby. Perfect. And yeah, we're turning right here, looks like. Into this little warehouse district or whatever it is. And we'll turn in here. And I guess we ought to turn again too. Damn. I think it's right in here, right? Yeah. Right into this building here. And we will see where we're going to have to put this trailer. And we'll pull a little bit ahead here. Kind of a tight turn. Where does they want it? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely not backing that up in that type of area. I would probably just prefer the pull through one. Which is also kind of tough, but should be easier for us to do it. Damn, our trailer's hitting against that thing in the back here. I'm going to try and still pull through it. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Oh no, it's trying to go right over the wall. Holy crap. Oh, I found out how to get outside of the vehicle now. Alright, apparently it's just a D-pad. Okay, we need to pull this way first still. And then we need to pull more this way. And then we can go around. There you go. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to go with that view either. I want to go back to the inside view of the vehicle. Perfect. Now we should be able to pull in like this and kind of correct ourselves, I think. I think this should be good. Just double check. Oh yeah, perfect. Nice. That was actually pretty well done. Didn't start off the best, but it's okay. So there you go, delivered, and we will be getting a nice little excellent there. 856 miles driven. It took an hour and 4 minutes, which makes sense because I've been recording for like an hour and 8. Fuel consumed 116.7 gallons. 98 contracts completed, so I'm close to 100 contracts. And we gained over 2,000 experience and $53,000. Perfect. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of American Truck Simulator. So if you guys have any requests on where to go in the next episode, let me know, because obviously we can figure that out. But I don't think it will be as long as a distance as it was in this episode. I just wanted you guys to kind of understand what this game has. But I don't really think we should be doing super long drives like this that take over an hour, unless you guys find this game interesting and want to watch it for over an hour. But yeah, let me know some topics we could talk about, and in that way we could pass the time about driving a lot more. So let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time.